guys, welcome back to the channel. Another day on the Yamaha 1100 jet ski rebuild. So if you're with us in the last video, you've seen we've got the cab refitted, we've got our tubs all refitted, resealed. The rear one we've done a little bit of a repair on, and then we've got our grab handles sorted, and we've got our handlebars and handlebar mounts all sorted out. Looking absolutely fantastic. So in this video what we want to do is we're going to go and focus on the hull a little bit. There's a couple of cosmetic scratches and stuff in the hull that we want to try and take care of. I've never done gel coat repairs before, so I'm pretty keen to give it a crack. We've already brought the product to use on it, so I'm pretty excited about having a crack and seeing how it turns out. But the first thing I want to do is we're going to go on ahead and got a whole heap of wood, and we're going to try and make a bit of a frame so we can actually slide the ski off of the trailer onto the framework, get rid of the trailer out of the way, so it allows us a bit more movement underneath to be able to see where we're going for damages. So in saying that, let's go see if we can form a frame. Alright guys, so there you go. A little bit of creativity, bit of wood, a few nails, a couple of pool noodles and a bit of tape. Save yourself a couple of $100 in a jet ski stand, like so. So jet skis up on the stand, trailers out the front, sweet as. So for the next step, what we want to do is we're going to have to get underneath and sand some of the damage up. Then we've gone and bought this stuff here, so flow coat. It's not gel coat, but it's a similar thing. And apparently when you put it on and sand it all back nice and everything, it's got like a waxy coat, so it's supposed to pretty much blend in with genuine paint colour. Fingers crossed, looks pretty sweet. So we'll get underneath, I'll show you what we're cleaning up, then we can get into it. It's underneath here, from the ski being beached and stuff, I've got It's not too bad, it's more surfacey kind of stuff. But what I want to try and do is just give it a bit of a birthday, give it a bit of a clean up along there. A couple of scratches that are a bit deeper than others. So what we're going to do is go and sand it all back, and then we've got this special stuff to put on it. And once we've done that, we sand that back, wet rub it, and it should blend in pretty nicely with the white that's here and hopefully look pretty good. So in saying that, let's get into it. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've gone ahead and we've just sanded back all the bad scratches that were on the hull there, and it's come out not too bad. It's pretty good now. So fingers crossed this works out as good as we're planning, because in the video we watched, what they did was they done the first coat and then the second coat. Before they did the second coat, there was a few nicks and stuff. They just went and got some body filler and stuff in, topped it up, and then put the second coat on. The only thing I'm open is this white's pretty close, because if it isn't, we're going to have to try and jack this thing up a little bit differently so we can actually get to the whole thing and maybe cut it into a seam or something so it looks a bit tidier. But in saying that, we don't know. See what the first coat comes out like. As you've seen over here, we did have a second nick over here, so we went and just cleaned that up. That had already been patched up, but if you can see under there, there is a bit of a ditch there. I don't have any body filler on us today, so we'll probably have to go and get some tomorrow when we're out. But we're going to get the first coat on and just see what it comes up like. Give us a bit of a rough idea of how it's going to turn out anyway. So in saying that, let's get some acetone, clean the areas up, get into it. Alright guys, so there you go, we've got our first coat on. As you can see, it's not come up too badly at all. You've still got light patches, it is only the first coat. Definitely didn't go on as easy as I thought it was going to be, being a flow coat. Definitely not a flow coat, but it did go on pretty well. It's looking pretty good really. Still curious to how well it's going to blend in, but overall, even if it doesn't blend in, it looks 100% from what it did with them scratches and stuff in there. And we even did our repair over here, so we've gone over it, but we are going to have to get some body filler tomorrow and just top that one up for the second coat, as you can see. But overall, it's not looking too bad. Definitely looks a lot better than the repair that was there originally, depending on how it turns out, I guess. But by the time we sand this down, wet rub it back and give it a bit of a polish, hopefully it comes to pretty well the same colour, or looks something close so it blends in a lot nicer, and it should look pretty good. But as for now, we're going to call that a night. We're going to let the stuff dry, come back tomorrow and see how it turns out. Give it a bit of a rub back again, and then chuck a second coat on, see how it turns out. Catch you then. Alright guys, so it's the next day. Was super excited until I got out here and had a look. So, as you can see, she's still wet. Not cool. But the funny thing is, this is our mixing bowl we use to mix it up. And that is as dry as a bone. So, not 100% sure why the actual the stuff on the ski is actually not dried properly. Whether I didn't mix the resin enough or what, I don't know. The catalyst maybe didn't set into that stuff. Unsure, but even the underneath of the hull is exactly the same, still tacky. So there's two options. I've been doing a bit of reading, and some people say just leave it a bit longer and it will soon dry, which could be an option. Or the other option is get some acetone and rip her on off and start again. So I'm kind of in two minds whether to leave it set or keep going with it. But I've got a couple of other little jobs I can take care of it on it tonight, as I'm not going to be out here for too long anyway. So I'm thinking I might just leave it another day and see if it sets over or not. Meanwhile, we'll take care of these other little few jobs. So let's have a look and see what we got. Alright, so we got this box of stuff sent to us the other day from an Alec mower in the USA. So a couple of bits and pieces. So as you can see on this one here, we're missing a bit of a chunk. So really wanted to get another one because that is pretty sharp. And don't want to take any chances. Not the best condition, but we'll be able to sort that out, I think, with a heat gun to make it get it a bit nicer looking. New nose piece. There's the nose piece on ours, as you can see here. Actually doesn't look as bad as it did while it was on the trailer, but you can still see the damage. So thought while we're at it, we'll change that out as well. And last but not least, we got this here, which is the ducting for going underneath the speedo under the cab. It's the last little bit of puzzle. As our one had some damage on it. As you can see here, it was taped up, but you can see there, it's split. So Alec had all this stuff, so we thought we'd hit him up about it. He sent it down, so super sweet. So in saying that, let's go do some fitting. Alright guys, so we're up to this part here, and as you can see, mine's a little bit broken. Now it's 11 o'clock at night, so I ain't going to get one of these anywhere. So I went ahead, whipped one up on the lathe. Should be sweet. Go and chuck that in, and we're good as done for this part. Alright guys, so I got acetone and cleaned this area here because I was going to actually go over and try it again. Then I started thinking about it. It's like, you know what, I forgot to get body filler today, so I may as well wait until I've got the body filler, and that'll probably be in the next video. and we'll get that in there, and then we'll put another cover over it. But out of curiosity, I've left the bottom section, so I know this stuff was pretty easy to wipe off with acetone anyway. Came off because it's still wet. So I thought, out of curiosity, I'm gonna leave the bottom of the hull, and if it dries, that'll be sweet, and we'll be able to do our second coat over it, sand it up and do a second coat. And if it doesn't, I know it's easy to come off, so we'll just have to wipe it over when we're ready and we've got the body filler, and then we'll mix another batch up, and fingers crossed get it right this time, and put another coat on. So sweet as. But as for now, we're going to call that a wrap for this video. I do apologise, it's a little bit shorter than the others, but we've had a fair bit going on with our other build at the house, so this one's kind of been left in the background. I was hoping to have the hull painted up and ready to go this video. Unfortunately, it didn't go to plan, so we're just going to settle off on that. We did get a couple of things done though. We got the bumpers done, we got our new frame set up here, which I thought was pretty cool, and we got our breather on underneath the taco now, which is fantastic. So like I say, it is a bit of a short video, and I do apologise for that, but we'll be able to catch up in the next one. Sweet, fingers crossed we'll get this hull finished. I did get an email from the guys supplying our seal saying it did hit Australia yesterday, so it's being sent out on dispatch, so fingers crossed we should receive that in the next couple of days. So we should be able to get that exhaust back on by the time it's back on the trailer, get a bit of a startup going and see how it sounds. Then we've got some tune-up tools that we're going to try and just set it on there and try these new tune-up tools, see how they go. And fingers crossed we can get this thing purring like a kitten. I'll have to get a wetsuit because it's getting cold. Take her out for a spin, see how it rock and rolls. We thank you for your love and support to the channel. We hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. Keep an eye out for the next video. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.